Good afternoon and welcome to New Student Convocation. We're thrilled to have you with us. If you're able, please stand with us while we anticipate the faculty and student processional.
God of many names, as we stand on the threshold of this next stage of our collective journey, we come from many different paths to once again celebrate the community of learning that is found at Lycoming College. May those who come here to say goodbye to their children find peace and encouragement that this is a strong community committed to the well-being of all those who call it home. May those who moments ago walked through the gates of this place for the first time find here a new home, a place of exploration, adventure, and growth. May their uncertainty be replaced with enthusiasm for all that is to come. And may those who seek to teach and support continue their commitment to an education that will broaden minds, encourage curiosity, and humbly seek truth. Even as the world around us seems stricken with strife and division, may we be renewed in our conviction that we find strength in our diversity, opportunity in our differences, and unity in our common humanity. Rekindle the spark of curiosity and compassion in all those gathered here, and bless us with a renewing zeal, that it may be said of the class of 2021 and all of those who are now connected to Lycoming College, wisdom dwells with them. Amen.
Good afternoon and welcome, class of 2021, those joining the classes of 2020 and 2019, parents, special guests, and for those of you that are joining us online. My name is Dan Miller, and I'm the Vice President for Student Life and Dean of Students. It's my pleasure to be among the many voices to welcome you here today, and will welcome you in the days ahead. Before I continue with my remarks, I would like to ask for you to join me in expressing thanks for the many hands that help welcome you here today. These enthusiastic students represent the Student Senate of Lycoming, fraternity and sorority life, illustrating both leadership and service. Please join me in acknowledging the move-in crew. Today I know is filled with many emotions. I sense, having talked to many of you, it's mostly excitement, a sense of anticipation as you begin your college experience, and this is good. To our family members, I know you too are experiencing many emotions. My sense is pride is among the strongest. You should be proud, and we are honored to have your sons and daughters join the Lycoming College Community. This gathering, New Student Convocation, I think has two very significant meanings. First, it's to acknowledge past achievement that led to your acceptance and ultimately your decision to enroll at Lycoming College. Secondly, it's your formal induction into this community. Scholars, artists, community servants, student athletes, representatives of many races, cultures, identity, and faith. Congratulations. Welcome. We're honored to have you here. This afternoon, you'll hear from a number of different voices: the Student Senate President, the President of the college, the Provost, a distinguished member of the faculty. All will have good advice for you. I mean really good advice. These individuals collectively represent Lycoming College. I shared at the orientation sessions, you should pursue your Lycoming experience actively. Your undergraduate years should not be a passive experience. Use your imagination, see your academic success, see yourself doing leadership, service, personal growth, and development. It all begins today. On a personal note, I look forward to being a part of your Lycoming experience, congratulating you on academic achievements, cheering your athletic abilities, applauding your artistic accomplishments, and most importantly, supporting your hopes and dreams. Again, welcome and best wishes for the upcoming semester.
Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Panzishin, and I'm the Student Senate President. I'm here on behalf of the student body, and I'm going to start with, it's hard for me to believe that just 2 short years ago, I was sitting exactly where you all were sitting. But I was, and while I was sitting there, my predecessor was up here, and she gave us a piece of advice from her experience and her time here. So I'm going to take a page out of her book, and I'll leave you all with some advice today. I bet every one of you out here, me included, are uncomfortable in some way, whether it be with the new places you see yourself in, the new faces you see around you, the new rules you have to adhere to, or the new routines you have to get used to. And I'm here to tell you that that's okay. Being uncomfortable is fine. That's how you learn, and that's how you grow as a person. But I promise you eventually you'll become comfortable being at Lycoming College, living in a dorm, eating at the caf with your friends, going to classes and hanging out. But because of this, you'll stop growing as much. You'll stop becoming the person you're meant to be if you let yourself become comfortable. So to prevent this, I challenge you to always keep 1 foot outside of your comfort zone. I challenge you to keep growing because that's why you're here. That's why you chose a liberal arts institution. The point of a liberal arts institution is not just to get you a degree or to teach you how to do a job. It's to make you an interesting person, someone people like to talk to, someone employers like to hire, not because they know just what they're doing, but because they can solve problems and they can do it in inventive ways. So I challenge you to go out there, join a club, join a fraternity or a sorority, play a sport, join the choir, tutor some other students, maybe study abroad or just volunteer in the community. But whatever you do, be active within the college and the community, and I promise you will never regret it, because college can be so much more than just going to class. Thank you.
darkness for so long. I am waiting, 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 waiting. I am waiting, waiting. No, I'm waiting for the light to shine. Shine the light on me.
Choir sounds great, don't they, today? As Provost and Dean of the college, it is my privilege to present our new first-year students to be formally accepted as the Lycoming College Class of 2021. Before I do so, however, as you're now gathered together for the first time, I would like to spend a moment illuminating who collectively you are. There are 317 new students today. You are a diverse class, racially, ethnically, and internationally. Over 30% of you are students of color. About half of you come from Pennsylvania. Beyond the borders of Pennsylvania, you come from 7 countries: Mauritius, China, Nigeria, Mexico, France, Great Britain, and of course the United States, where you come from some 20 US states and territories. Your interests are diverse as well. You will spread academically across our majors, with the largest this year looking to be business, biology, psychology, and criminal justice. There's a lot of interest and talent in the performing arts, with many planning to join one or more of our choirs, bands, orchestra, or theatrical productions. Many of you are talented athletes, with over 100 joining our varsity teams. I hear good things from the coaches, so I predict good seasons for all. Others will join student governments or vie for leadership positions in student organizations, and I expect a good number of you will give to the community by volunteering on the campus and across the city of Williamsport. Over the next 4 years, you will move forward on these goals. Some of you will change your goals or discover talents that you never knew you had. Some of you will stumble and have to pick yourself up. All of you will make important lifelong connections, friendships, and bonds. Where those take you, I cannot say, but I do know that you are going to work hard and make Lycoming College proud to call you alumni. So, I would now like to ask the class of 2021 to please stand, and for President Trachte to move to the podium. President Trachte, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I am pleased to present you the Lycoming College Class of 2021, and I ask that you officially accept them into the college.
On behalf of the trustees of Lycoming College, I am delighted to accept the Class of 2021. Please join me in congratulating them on achieving this important milestone. You may sit back down, thank you. Before I begin my remarks, I want to thank and acknowledge 2 of the college's trustees who have chosen to attend today's ceremony. Mr. Jim Scott and Mrs. Carolyn K. Lundy, thank you, both of you, for being here. I want first to extend my warmest welcome to the families and friends of the class of 2021, transfer students, and exchange students who are in attendance. Today marks an important moment in the life of a family. It is a time filled with mixed emotions: pride, perhaps a little sadness, joy, and perhaps a bit of trepidation. But most importantly, it is the beginning of an exciting journey toward the next stage of life. Most of our new students have lived in a at least semi-dependent relationship with one or more of you for the past 17 or 18 years, and that dependency will gradually diminish over the next 4 years. And when our new students earn their degrees, we expect that the class of 2021 will enter careers, live independently, and perhaps even pay their own bills. Life as you have known it is changing, but it is changing in ways that will be exciting and fulfilling. Class of 2021, transfers and exchange students, a very warm welcome to each of you as well. You are at the beginning of a 4-year journey, or perhaps less, that will culminate in 2021 with a commencement ceremony on the Fultz Quad behind me. It's an exciting time in your life, a time filled with possibilities. You have the opportunity to learn many new things, engage new experiences, and form new relationships. You're preparing yourself for a lifetime of meaning and careers filled with success. But as you've heard from others, if you want to succeed, you cannot approach the next 4 years passively. You need a game plan. And so I want to give you an assignment today. This is an assignment that will go through many drafts and revisions, and it will be complete only when you graduate. But you should be thinking about it already. The assignment takes as its point of departure the words, "I am Lycoming, I am achieving," that appear on the t-shirts that you are wearing. This phrase, "I am Lycoming," represents for us a succinct way of communicating both the opportunity and the responsibility that you have over the next 4 years. It means that at Lycoming College you have both the ability and the obligation to co-author your education. Lycoming is a college where students are difference makers. They conduct path-breaking research with faculty, they make plays and athletic contests, they volunteer in the community and create opportunity for others. They lead and form student organizations. They create works of art that are displayed in our art gallery in downtown Williamsport or at the President's House. They perform extraordinary music in the chapel and the Community Arts Center. They bring characters to life on the stage of the Mary Welch Theater. They craft pieces of creative writing that are published in the Tributary. You too can choose to be a Lycoming difference maker. Lycoming students also seize the opportunity to explore the world and begin to develop the capacities of a global citizen. Many students pursue a second language and learn about other cultures. Some study French in Grenoble, or Spanish in Costa Rica, Spain, Ecuador, or Mexico, or German in Bamberg. Others enroll in May term travel courses and visit places like Ireland, Germany, China, Jamaica, and Vietnam. Some travel to El Naranjito in the Dominican Republic to work with coffee growers. Others uncover artifacts in the Idalian archaeological dig in Cyprus. Lycoming students recognize that the college can be their gateway to the world. And you too can choose to make exploring the world a chapter in your Lycoming story. Class of 2021 and transfers and exchange students, you are undertaking this education during a particularly complex time in the histories of the United States and the world. All too often we hear about an act of terror that takes the lives of innocent people somewhere on the planet. And within the United States and Western Europe, we have witnessed the resurgence of white supremacy and neo-Nazism, ideologies rooted in hate and the belief that some humans are inherently superior to others. Both the acts of terrorism and the ideologies of hate represent an affront to the values upon which this college was founded, the tradition of the liberal arts. This liberal arts tradition teaches us to respect every human life, to reject extremism in any form, and to resist the temptation to simplify complex issues or the practice of demonizing others. Rather, we seek to equip you with critical thinking skills and cross-cultural knowledge that will allow you to understand the flaws of extremism and appreciate a variety of viewpoints. We also seek to provide you with a capacity to become an engaged citizen. We ask that you explore the potential of democracy and the power of reasoned dialogue. And toward these ends at Lycoming, we will prepare you to bring critical reason to bear on difficult and thorny issues. We will empower you to think about how to balance competing ideas. The problems of our time terrorism, political violence, racism, inequality, and exclusion will likely become topics of discussion in your classrooms and in the residence halls. Some of these conversations may fall into that zone of discomfort, but colleges like Lycoming are places where these discussions should take place. We strive to create an environment that values the free exchange of ideas. We debate vigorously, but we respect those with whom we disagree. And so we ask that you approach your discussions in and out of the classroom in a spirit of mutual respect. Don't hesitate to express your viewpoint, but do so in a way that respects others and their viewpoint. Be open to the possibility that your views may change and evolve. And so Lycoming is committed to preparing you to live and govern in a culturally diverse and rich society. And this too can be part of your Lycoming narrative. So my assignment to you is as follows. Conceptualize your 4 years here as a journey whose narrative you write around the 3 words, I am Lycoming. Begin the first draft of your version of I am Lycoming immediately. As you continue your journey, your narrative will evolve. Imagine how you might make a difference. Consider exploring the world. Think about how to prepare yourself to be an engaged citizen. And your assignment will be finished when you reach graduation, and your script will become part of the Lycoming story. Again, welcome, class of 2021, transfers and exchange students. We are delighted to have you here.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the faculty of Lycoming College, I'm pleased to welcome all of our guests, parents, family members, friends, trustees, and alumni. And most importantly, I'm pleased to welcome the newest members of the Lycoming community, the class of 2021, and our other newly enrolled students. Congratulations on your college decision. We are certainly glad to have you join us, and we look forward to working with you for the next 4 years. In one of those odd coincidences in life that are delightful, if not overly remarkable, I was reading a Mark Twain novel titled A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court on Monday of this week, the day of the Great American Eclipse. In the novel, the protagonist is a talented Connecticut mechanic of the late 19th century named Hank, who's knocked unconscious in a brawl and fantastically awakens in the year 513 in King Arthur's England. It's the Dark Ages, and Hank is promptly sentenced to be burnt alive for the entertainment of Arthur's court. Fortunately, this transported American is a student of astronomical history and knows that there will be a full solar eclipse on the day of his execution. He uses this knowledge to convince Camelot that he has caused the eclipse and will not return the sun until he's freed and installed as the king's counselor and second in command. The terrified king and the nobles agree, and Hank proceeds over a period of years to apply his mechanical knowledge to build advanced communication systems and weaponry for the purpose of overturning the social structure in the medieval world, which relies on the virtual enslavement of the peasant class. It's a class that includes the vast majority of the population. Thus, the novel is a concrete study of knowledge as power and the use of that power to address social injustice that is so glaringly obvious from Hank's 19th century democratic perspective. Now, you aren't likely to get smacked in the head, awaken in Camelot, need a solar eclipse to stave off your execution, and then subsequently have a 1,300-year head start on everyone else in terms of the mechanical sciences and democratic principles. Yet the novel has me thinking about the notion of knowledge as power, and with the advent of our academic year, its relationship to an education in the liberal arts and sciences. It's a cliche, of course, knowledge is power, and if you were to use it in one of your freshman composition papers, you might find a note out in the margins reading, cliche, specifically, what do you mean here? So let me take that advice and specify where I'm going with knowledge as power as it relates to your 4 years at Lycoming. You are here seeking empowerment through education. The power to pursue careers that allow for financial security. Careers that allow you to derive personal satisfaction from doing something you enjoy or even love. Your families understand the opportunity a college education affords and have made sacrifices to get you here. A college degree will amplify your self-determination in an economic sense and in your professional identities. You will be businessmen and women, social workers, educators, doctors, lawyers, law enforcement officers, graphic designers, chemists, maybe even a politician or a poet. Your professors are excited to help you develop in these and many other directions as your academic and career interests mature and you immerse yourselves in your major fields of study. This practical advancement will be a crucial part of your education at Lycoming. But your education will be more multifaceted than simply training for employment. In fact, the majority of the courses at Lycoming that you take will not be within your major. As a true liberal arts and sciences college, Lycoming seeks to educate our students broadly in the arts, natural sciences, humanities, and social sciences, with the belief that a well-rounded education will not only make you a better, more successful professional, but that it will allow you to live a fundamentally fuller life through an increased awareness of the world around you and your ability to make a positive impact on that world. empowerment with conscientiousness. This is an aspirational concept of education that looks to the connections between different fields of inquiry as the most valuable type of learning, because that is where the complexities of our world lie. And so I'll offer you only one bit of advice today, which, to paraphrase Benjamin Franklin, I believe, is one more piece of advice than anyone wants. And I suspect, actually I know just from being up here on the platform, that you're getting a lot of advice this week and from many directions. But I'll offer mine anyway. It's simple, but it's not easy. Bring a robust intellectual curiosity to all of your courses. Intellectual curiosity. An honest and consistent desire to learn in every class will serve you better during your college career than anything excepting perhaps hard work. Love to learn. You have 4 fantastic years ahead of you where your number one objective is to learn as much as you can. And you can only do that by pursuing knowledge aggressively and with an open mind at every opportunity. If you will do this, and your faculty does their jobs as instructors and mentors, you will leave Lycoming a changed person. You won't need the historical hindsight of a 19th century Yankee in King Arthur's court to recognize the problems, challenges, and intricacies of your career, your community, your world. Rather, you will be equipped to understand those challenges from multiple perspectives, to identify the limitations of your own knowledge, and to address those limitations while engaging in solutions. You'll be business leaders who are not only versed in entrepreneurship and the economics of supply and demand, but who also have a sense of economic and environmental justice. You will be educators who are experts in your various specialties, but who have also been immersed in teacher training and child psychology. Artists who have learned from the classic models, but whose artistic impulses are informed by human identity as you understand it in your contemporary world. Law enforcement officers who understand the long and complicated relationship between American legal institutions and the populations they serve. Policymakers who understand that the social problems of our communities and our nation are informed by very real and powerful historical and economic forces. Better people contributing to a better world. Again, it's aspirational, this notion of knowledge as conscientious empowerment. But it's what we believe and what we strive for at Lycoming. We're very excited to have you join us in this pursuit of knowledge, and we look forward to sharing the next 4 years with you. Thank you.
The Provost mentioned this a few moments ago, but how about a round of applause for our excellent choir? First and foremost, Dr. Dan Hall is the brand new Director of Choirs and faculty member here at the college. He just started working about a week or 2 ago, and the choir is already this excellent, but it's because he's inheriting a really excellent choir with beautifully talented people. So a great job today. Immediately after this ceremony, in just a few moments, the President's platform party will descend the stage, and we'll walk over there to the tent, and there's no other procession. Everybody just walk over, and please join us for some refreshments. In early September 1978, shortly after being elected as the Pope, the leader of the worldwide Catholic religion, John Paul I gave a speech to a group of students gathered much like we are gathered today. His words to them were simple and to the point. He said, "I wish that when I was young like you, someone would have told me that I would become the Pope one day, and if they had, I would have studied a lot harder." I am 100% certain that no member of the class of 2021 aspires to become a pope, but I am also equally certain that the lives you will live and the things you will do and the places you will go over the next 75 years are beyond your imagination. Last night I had the pleasure of eating with 6 members of the class. Towards the end of our time together, I asked everyone to talk about where they thought they might be in 10 years. Although a couple students had an idea or two, everyone quickly came to the same conclusion, which was, I'm not sure where I'm going to be in 10 years. The work you do here at Lycoming College will open doors that you may not even be able to imagine at this point of your lives. Your liberal arts education will prepare you to innovate, to lead, to resolve conflicts, to teach, to heal, to advocate, and to inspire. And so my simple message to you today, as your freshman dean, is embrace this experience. Hit the ground running, work consistently, be intellectually curious, be resilient, and finally, take advantage of our resources, our excellent faculty and staff, and all the experiences that your Lycoming education will offer you over the next 4 years. This is the time to prepare yourselves for lives that I can assure you will be filled with wonder, meaning, and purpose. And so I say one final time, welcome to Lycoming College.